All right, everyone, we will be starting this meeting, going over our student Marcus. So, Enrique?
First of all, do you have a language in preference, Spanish or English?
English is okay.
All right,
It's fine.
so this is,
Yeah, I'm Marcus's world history teacher. I'm also his basketball coach. He's generally a good student in my class. However, I've seen his grades slipping, his participation slipping. I've also noticed Marcus has been pretty reactive to students teasing him. He's gotten up and left the room. He has come back and apologized, but I can see that he's a little on edge more than at the beginning of the year.
thank you, Mr. Abrams. Mr. Lena?
Yeah, so I've noticed a lot of the same things that Mr. Abrams have noticed. He has become a little bit reactive, which at first was very much not like him, because a lot of the times he has been extremely polite, to me especially. But I've also noticed a lot of frequent tardies. He's often forgetting a bunch of materials, and he's reluctant to ask for help with his other students. He's clearly become frustrated with math. I've heard it verbally, and he's expressed it to his other students as well. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Mr. Lucas, his Spanish teacher. He's doing pretty good in my class. I will say he can improve all the time. His attendance is really good, consistent. And however, his behavior has been giving me some doubts about what's going on, because he's constantly has like some teasing others after they speak in Spanish. They laugh or talk in English during the class, so that's what's a little bit concerning me. I will say he's doing good, but I just want to know if there is any problems that you see on him.
Okay. And I think honestly, like, there's a lot of obligations he has at home. He has to take his sisters and brother to their practices because I work and my husband works. And so really that could be maybe kind of interfering with his ability, because just he doesn't have a lot of time. His ability to maybe focus.
That makes sense. Hearing our concerns, are there any questions that you have?
I'm just thinking, like, how can I, how to say this, like, how can there be resources for him, and like, how could I support him in getting those, because it's pretty difficult at home.
Yeah, thank you for that question. So speaking of resources, we were actually wondering if we could know his main language spoken at home.
Yes, at home we're primarily speaking Spanish. However, I speak a little bit of English, and so does his father.
Okay. So for my teachers, are there any accommodations that we have in place in order to?
Currently, no, there are no accommodations whatsoever, which is why we wanted to have a conversation with you as well and see if you would work better, maybe having access to Spanish materials, things like that, because we know he's really strong and he works really hard, demonstrates confidence, and is extremely responsible with what you mentioned at home, helping his brothers and sisters. So I think that would help us begin the conversation so we can start brainstorming some strategies to support Marcus.
Yeah, also because we also see a leadership potential on him. We know he's really good doing some things as a leader. However, the concern of seeing him lower attendance, having some problems in class, it kind of encourages us to improve his classes and have him improve his grades as well.
Yeah, I think Marcus is showing a lot of, like you're saying, a lot of leadership skills when he is prepared in class. He's led discussions on civil rights and had his peers participating in that conversation very well. So I think if accommodations need to be made for language, that we certainly should be aware of that. Instructional aid, perhaps, if that's needed.
Yeah, I think we could definitely make that happen. We have instructional aides at our school, and maybe we would just have to, our next step would be to gauge what level of accommodation he might need. Because it seems like he is succeeding and he is showing leadership and he is participating in civil rights discussion. And so maybe our accommodations could look also just like clear, concise instructions, making sure our instructions are written, making sure there are different ways to access the material. Does that sound?
Yes, I think that really, if you were to have, if there was some sort of aid in class, that might be really helpful for him and the family.
I know another thing we have kind of touched on is time. And so we really wanted to maybe ask if transportation to school, we know that he takes public transportation to school. Is there any other means? And if not, can we provide?
Yes, for sure. I think that like the public transportation is helpful, but the hours that he has to take his siblings, it has to be outside of school using our car.
Mhm.
So really, it's just maybe having, if he can get the help in class, so he has time for that, maybe that's most helpful.
I think more specifically, we're talking about
I don't
him
know.
getting to school on time. So I think
Right.
Mr. Adams or Abrams?
Abrams.
Mr. Abrams, would you like to take that? You have a good idea.
So we were wondering, perhaps, is there any other families that go to the same school in your neighborhood? Is there any way that maybe there could be like a carpooling situation facilitated? We're mainly concerned at his first period being PE, and has a lot of tardies based on not being able to get to school on time. That also informs a concern of whether or not he's being able to get breakfast, which will also affect him being tired in class later in the day. So those are two concerns that we have about, and that we're looking to find solutions for around transportation.
Yes, because the idea behind all this is that we want him to improve in attendance, in grades, in behavior inside the classroom. So that's why we're doing this kind.
Right, of course, thank you.
So to restate, do you know of any family members that are nearby or friends that also go to the same school? If not, then we can look into school transportation options.
True, I think there is someone in our neighborhood who maybe he could get a ride with sometimes.
That would be great.
Also, the breakfast and lunch options at school are very helpful.
Mhm.
We'll have to make sure we get him signed up for that, if he is not signed up already.
Yeah, all students are entitled and receive a free lunch without signing up. And so you already signed up?
There we go.
Yes.
Right.
And so,
And
good for that.
maybe we could then, second period, make sure that, that if he doesn't get to school on time, that breakfast is there for him, second period. That we could set that aside.
Right.
Make sure that he has something.
So really quickly, I want to clarify our actions that we're going to take. So Madeline, you as a parent, you are going to go ahead and check with those neighbors nearby, seeing if they can take him to school, so we can make sure he's on school at time. And then if that does not work, we will make sure that you guys are on the route or added to the route with the school busing system, so he no longer has to take public transportation. So that is what you will do on your end, and that is what we will do on our end. And then for the school lunches, we are going to make sure that he has access to breakfast one way or another, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whether through second period, if he's not able to find a way to school on time, or just making sure that he knows that it's available to him, and as soon as he arrives, he can get a breakfast.
That would be fantastic, thank you very much.
Yes.
Right.
Any other concerns,
And I will
questions,
wait.
or strategies that we can talk about this at this time?
I think the last thing I would ask is about his siblings also being picked up after school. If that we can also find any other alternative, if there's another carpooling situation there, so that Marcus, if need be, can stay after school to get tutoring if necessary. to help raise some of these D's and C's.
So making sure he gets extra academic help.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's struggling in math, and I think a lot of it is just because he's getting down on himself and losing confidence. So I think if he was to work one-on-one with somebody, it could change that drastically.
Yeah, also by doing that, also he will get more time. He will be less stressed because of thinking about going to pick up his siblings and going back home, preparing dinner. So we want him to succeed in school. We want him to go to college and be success in his life. So we're kind of working together to improve as much as we can.
So what you're saying as well is maybe he can get more time on assignments as well, yeah,
Yeah.
because he has so much responsibility to do at home?
Yeah,
Okay.
on my classes, I ask him if he wants more time. Just let me know before everything. He can turn things late without any like deducted points on his assignments. So I'm providing more time for him, and I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Not doing the
absolutely.
same thing.
On the administration end, we can make it so that all of his classes, it is mandatory for him to receive more time for all of his assignments, taking into consideration his other responsibilities outside of school.
Sounds
So
wonderful.
that is another actionable thing that we will be doing after this meeting ends.
Mm-hmm.
Great, so time
what did you say?
extension, transportation, food. So I know my prep period is second period, so I can check in on Marcus's breakfasts and see if he needs that. I think, and you're looking at transportation?
Yeah.
With your,
Yes.
to see if your neighbor can, so just to
I am
recap that.
supposed to, yes, I can check to see if he could get, a carpool transportation situation with the neighbor.
And if not,
And then
you
if not,
can,
just let us know.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna work on it.
please email me directly.
Sounds good.
Mhm.
Will do.
And then the final thing was time, and I will ensure that that form gets out so that all of his teachers know that he has extra time.
Does anybody have any other ideas or questions, I guess?
Well, on my side, I'm on his last period, so
Sorry guys, I have a really important phone call at 2 p.m. It's with it's like a kind of personal matter, so just so you don't have to pop out. I forgot to mention to y'all, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let's see if
It's
we,
really important.
yeah.
It's like,
Do you need to do that now?
yeah.
they're gonna call it too, so
It's-
just so you know, because it's just you know.
So
Yeah,
then our
well,
wrap up
Oh, no,
Yeah.
please.
is what is our wrap up?
Yeah, those are actionable things.
Okay.
And with no further questions, we'll end it here. Thank you.
Great.
I feel like that was good though. I
Thanks.
feel like that was totally complete. Like, as I like take charge.
It's
of
13
everything.
minutes, so we're fine.